Hello everybody. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I turn these basic shapes that my wife drew into, ta-da, a skull. I used all those different shapes that I just showed you, and this is what I finally ended up making. So stay tuned, or not stay tuned, but I'll show you what I did as we progress. Let's get started. So for the first shape I'm just going to use this cone and draw the selection tool around it. Duplicate that. So thinking about the cone as that'll be the actual skull, just gonna enlarge that. This is the first time I made a skull from cone shape. Next thing I'm gonna use is probably the upside down house for the nose. Copy that too, if I can find it. There we go. Drag that over, and maybe I'll put the nose somewhere about here. What's cool about this exercise is you can use all these shapes and use it in different ways to make a different design for a skull. This is just something I wanted to try. It was not really an idea, it was just something random I just thought about, and thought I wanted to see if I can come up with different skulls just based on these simple shapes. So now what I'm going to do is save or hide that layer again. Now I'm going to use this stop sign looking shape to make the eyes. Duplicate that. I'm going to move that over to here. Just going to turn it around a little bit. And now for the actual nose, I'm thinking I'm going to move it up. Decrease that a little bit. And I'm just going to make another copy of this shape again. And then just move that over and then flip it. At this point it actually looks like Cookie Monster, but that's not what I'm going for. But we'll see how it turns out as it progresses. So what I'm going to do is now for the rest of it, I'm just going to do a time lapse and show you how I build out the shape, and then I will show you what I end up with before I start the inking process. So this is what I ended up guys with. I used the cone as the skull's head. I used the stop signs for the eyes, the upside down house for the nose, used the rectangular pieces for where the teeth are gonna be, and then I believe this is called a rhombus, but I'll call it an upside down boat for the moment. And then I used the cylinder to show the neck. So now what I'm going to do is make a new layer. Actually, let me turn down the opacity of this one first. About 20. Now I'm going to make a new layer. And then I'm going to start with the head. This is the first skull I've done. It has a pointy head. It almost looks now like the Jaws shark. If anybody has watched that movie, which is, I'm sure a lot of people have watched it by now because it's such an old movie. So we have the top of the mysterious skull that's going to emerge from this. I'm going to start out by drawing the eyes. for the inside of the eyeliner. And just because I use these shapes, I'm not going to have the skull look exactly like that. I'm just using this as a base layer. So I'm going to continue on with this, and actually I'm just going to do it as a time lapse and show you what it looks like, because I honestly don't think y'all want to stay around and just watch me and just draw it slowly. So start the time lapse and I will show you what I get at the end of it. This is what the line art guys looks like. I ended up finishing up all this trying to think of what I'm trying to say. I did the thin lines, the thick lines. I gave it a few eyeballs, or 2 eyeballs, and now after looking at it, more than a Jaws the shark, it looks like Jaws the shark's tooth. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start coloring it, and I think I'm going to use purples and see how they turn out, because there's another illustration I did a little while ago that had purples and it didn't turn out as good. So with this one, what I want to do is use the different shades of purples going into the pink to make it look like it has that nice electrifying look. So let's start that now. I'm gonna make this the line art layer, the reference layer. I'm gonna start with the first shade of purple, which is gonna be like a very light shade, not a very light shade. And I'm just gonna drop this everywhere I see, and then maybe the teeth, I'll probably keep it like a kind of like a little bit on the yellow shade or beige. Thinking more like on the orange beige-ish color. If it doesn't look good, I mean, I'll just probably change it up as I go. It's already looking a little bit more darker than I want. But let me go around and... not go around. No, I can't speak today. Let me go ahead and change that up and play around with the colors. And I'll just do it as a time lapse, and then I will show you what I end up at the end of the video. So this is what I ended up guys with after playing around with the different shades of purple. Gave the eyes a nice bright yellow Halloween kind of look, and then I gave the teeth the kind of like a spotted kind of look. And then I've been having fun doing this kind of like a rock kind of a look on the skeletons or skulls. But anyway, with that being said, I will go ahead and wrap this video up by saying the usual. Keep creating, keep drawing. I'll see you down the road or on the other side. Bye for now.